Yeah, it's going to take some time. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our kitchen from Pat, Homer, and Rose, and of course I. Today we're doing something called yumyums. So a yumyum, that's what they're known in the UK. In fact, there's a place called Greg's that sell them, but other donut places do too. And I am 100% certain other places in the world have them and probably call them something different. But they're kind of like strips of donuts that are going to get twisted and drenched in icing sugar. But you can get all different kind of ones where they don't twist it and they round it into like a still donut shape and pump it with chocolate and cream and caramel. Oh, but I thought I'd go for the classic one. I'm quite intrigued by it. It will take a little bit of time, but time today is something that I do have, right? And if it fails, if it really fails, we'll do it again tomorrow. So here are the ingredients. We've got some butter that's at room temperature that I've just kind of cubed, some plain flour, sugar, warm water, an egg, salt, and a couple of sachets of instant yeast. Now I happen to have this quite often in the house anyway, so for me this is everything that we already had. So that's what I liked about this recipe. It's generally for you guys too, probably, other than maybe the yeast, you should have this lying around so you could have a good go. I love that phrase, lying around. I didn't want to jump up myself on the worktop, but I thought I'd just demonstrate with Homer. He's just lying around, just like we've got these ingredients lying around. In my head that was funnier than it actually was. Standard. So first up, we get our flour, add it in here. We are gonna have to get our hands in a bit just to really get that sort of buttery flakiness into it. We'll show you in a moment. In goes the sugar too. That was the salt. So that's nice and combined. Okay, so this is where we don't generally tend to do this for like a donut mixture, which this is quite similar to it. It's just, like I say, a bit more flaky. And it's kind of like, I mean, we are gonna do the stage like when we did the homemade puff pastry last year. We are gonna do a little bit of folding to do that lamination. But what we're also gonna do is rub the fat into the flour. So the butter, just like this. Now this is something, as I've said before, I absolutely hate this step. I've got a gadget for it. But the reason I'm okay with it today is we don't need to rub it fully into breadcrumbs, but just break it up, okay? So do that with all your butter, and I'll see you in a bit once I work out how to turn my camera off. Trust me, as Tom Scott commented, why have you got chocolate on your lens? I don't mind getting a little bit on my microphone, on some of the bits on there, but flour, especially on buttons, if you get that down there, your camera's a goner, and that's from past experience. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you like look after your cameras. A lot of professionals, if they ever saw my camera, would be like, oh my gosh. Anyhow, more importantly, there is our butter, a couple of little lumps there, but all good in with the flour. So we've got our warm water there, and I'm adding the yeast to that just initially, okay? And obviously, yeah, with that in a minute going in, the wet goes in, so the other wet is an egg, an oof. We'll pour that yeast mixture in, and then start to bring this together. And I always find when I try and bring something together like this, and then there's like a little, I'm going to call it a flaky wall. Can you see the little bits down there? They just do not want to join. That is my little call to just get a teeny bit more water. Just like, I don't know, like a teaspoon. Do not overwater it, okay? I'm trying to think of a gardening joke there, but I'm really, really bad with plants. I can grow herbs though. Herbs are really easy to grow. Now I am going to add just a teeny bit of extra flour on there just to help it so that when I just bring this together, it's not sticking to me, but it's remaining tacky, if that makes sense. I'm actually using strong bread flour. I would normally have used plain, but Mrs. B's like, we've got like 5 bags, bizarrely, up in the cupboard of strong bread flour. She's like, you better get rid of that. You better use it. I'm like, I'm making as much bread as I can. So this is what I mean. It shouldn't make a difference. In fact, it might improve it. And now we leave it. It's just force of habit, but I put it into a clean bowl. I've not oiled it, but just want to put it into a clean one. Damp tea towel rather than wrap master. We're going to let it rest for about 40 minutes. So we're not necessarily looking for it to double in size. The yeast will get working, but we will be letting it rest again later on. Yeah, it's going to take some time. All right, the half an hour is up. Mrs. B is working from home briefly for 10 minutes. Hello. 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 So, next step. We'll flour down. I'm using as much of that strong bread flour as I can. All right, Mrs. B?
Good. You're getting rid of it.
Here we go. Oh, that smells really good. Sweet but yeasty. Oh, that is a lovely feel. But do keep it floured, okay? We're just gonna roll it out. Oh, there's so much air in there from the yeast. Ah, yes. Can be nice and rough, but remember what we did with the puff pastry, okay? Amazing fun video that was last year, so do check that out if you haven't. Really cool to make your own. over and over the top like a book, okay? And then we'll turn it. Now we did this like about 4 times in batches, but we're not gonna go crazy, but you could end up with the most flaky, fluffiest yum yum ever. But you see, just like the puff pastry video, that, like the Spice Girls song, 3 became 1. We've got a layer of the 3. So in again, and over. I'm gonna do this 2 more times, all right? And remember, just like most of my other recipe videos, I've never done this before. I might sound confident, but just like my science teacher at school told me, confuse them with confidence. So I'll do it 1 more time, straight in, over there, 90-degree turn. Oh, but it's smooth, it's kind of elasticy. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And this goes back in our bowl. Damp tea towel back on top. Looks like a little mouth, doesn't it? Hello, I'm gonna go for a rest. And that is exactly where this is going for another half an hour, all right? So see you in a bit. It's over there in our warm spot. When I did this the other day, someone commented, by our slow cooker as well, someone commented about this stuff. This is what Phoebe and Chloe use to make random ornaments. There we are. I know you're supposed to be working, but Phoebe and Chloe are way more intelligent than us, aren't they? Yeah. It's scary. Like, Phoebe can do a Rubik's Cube in like 2 minutes now, and she only learnt that like 2 days ago or something. Sorry. Do you want a yum yum? Righty-ho, that has been another half an hour. Started to double in size, as you can see. It's still maintaining that amazing shape. We have got 1 more long rest to do after we kind of shape them. So this is where the twists kind of come in. Honestly, it is so soft. That is amazing. But I am gonna keep flouring it. I just do not want this to stick. But oh, it's so tense. Oh my gosh. Just gonna roll it out. Now we need to decide how long we want them to be. So this is obviously the shorter side, but if we twist these up, you're gonna have yum-yums pretty much the width of a chopping board. So I think I'm gonna take it down by, about 1/3 actually. And I've got loads of dough left over, so I can literally make more if I want to, or we could freeze it for another day. And just to be sure, I feel like I'm desperate to get rid of this flour today. So we don't want to go to all this effort and it stick to our boards. Okay, so what we're going to do, pizza cutter again, don't have to use a pizza cutter. A knife is perfectly adequate, but to help us do our twists, we go here, okay? So leaving a little gap at the top and the bottom. So that looks pretty cool, right? I will just lightly flour my hands, because what we're gonna do, like I'm about to do the Olympics or something, separate them and just start to lift over. So if that makes sense, you just kind of take it there and pull the other end through. And even like that, just with 2 crossovers, that looks pretty awesome. And if you want, you can nip off the ends so that you've got rid of that little join. Another way you could do it, I mean, I'm just making it up here, but you could probably just overlap, you know, like you're plaiting. That's actually a lot bit easier in my opinion, but it does give you a slightly different effect. I really like getting rid of this flat piece here. I like it like a full twist like that, okay? Oh, I like that more. Oh, so there's 2 different ways. You can do it down the middle and cross over, or just cut it at one end and plait it, all right? So that is my leftover dough. I literally have half left, but this is how they've turned out, looking good. And we now need to let them rest so I can keep them on that board whilst I work on the others. There we go, that's enough for me. Damp tea towel on top again. And now we have to leave these a little longer to pretty much double in size. To put it in a warm space next to your kids' clay making again. That is the final rest. We're probably gonna give it up to about an hour. So give it a nice little clean wipe down your kitchen area, have a cup of tea, little toilet break, maybe a biscuit if you want, a little cheeky biscuit. But more importantly, get your oil ready. So we're gonna get that warm fairly soon. Kitchen towel, all that sort of stuff to be nice and safe. And we can actually start to make the topping, which is just icing sugar and water. So it's ready as soon as they're cooked to get drenched. Nice, so I'll see you in a bit. Okie dokie folks, it has been an hour and these, well, that's gone massive, that one. And they will probably increase in size a little more as they fry. These ones I didn't cover and they had about sort of 10 minutes less, but they've still done a good size actually. So we've got the oil warming up. We have got the kitchen towel to put it on there straight away. And then we're gonna lift it onto this wire rack where our topping's gonna go. Speaking of which, it's here. So icing sugar with water, literally just mixed together. I've already tested the temperature of the oil, so I'm keeping it on a nice steady low flame. If it's too hot, it will scorch it and be raw in the middle. And similarly, if it's too low and you want to take your time, it'll absorb too much oil and get really gooey and horrible. As you can see, I've got quite a few to do. I'm not going to do too many, but I'm going to be delicate with them and get them in quick. Oh, wow. Let's bring you over, because you don't want to touch them first of all. You kind of want that link to stay, to hold in place, because you could unravel them. All right, now I'm going to play it safe now. I'm going to take these out once they're done fully onto the kitchen towel, but I'll put you back, all right? Don't be fooled by the brown outer on it. The inside will probably still be raw at first, so try and cook it for a good few minutes, but don't push it till it's completely burnt, all right? Just keep gently rotating them until you're happy to place them down like that. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, they're still hot, but I don't mind, I'm feeling brave. Using the wire rack, just drizzle the icing sugar combo over the top, but turn it over as well. Do the other sides. Oh yes. You can see where the sugar set on the first load, and it's kind of created that lovely sort of sugary crust. Oh my gosh. All right, let's have a try, let's have a try. And surprise, surprise. Hello.
Hello.
Is this you working from home, having a little lunch break?
Yes.
This is amazing timing.
Very good time. Look at these.
Yeah, these are called yumyums.
Where's the chocolate dipping pot?
I love the fact that you pour the water on, and then as it sort of evaporates, it clings on like this glaze like that. It's a bit murky in there, so you're not getting that real shine, but they are looking good. Mmm. Yeah? Mmm.
They're really good.
Oh wow. I'm really struggling not to focus on that last minute sugary layer that's gone on there. But there is a sort of nice puffiness, flakiness in it. Not massively, because we didn't do all those crazy folds, but that's what gives it that sort of yummy texture. Mrs. B does 3 days a week at the moment, so I think she wants to work from home all the time.
These are very nice.
Yeah?
They don't taste as, maybe greasy?
I'll take that.
Yeah, I like them.
Thanks, mate. Happy lunch break. Oh.
They've got that fresh donut taste like at Fun Fair. We can't eat them all.
No?
I've already had a chocolate hot cross bun today.
Oh, I saw you sneak that upstairs. Chocolate hot cross buns.
Oh.
We're going to do that with Easter. We'll do that.
Triple chocolate.
Triple. Right, brilliant. Now, right.
They're not just chocolate, but triple.
We'll have to do
chocolate.
quadruple or something. Brilliant. All right, Mrs. B, thanks for the cameo.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah, thank you for the dessert.
You're welcome.
Yum, yum.
I haven't had like a salad or sandwich or whatever you have for lunch. Just
I've got
have
a
a yummy.
salad in the fridge to eat.
All right.
I was going to eat that.
Well, it's always polite to have a yum first. Yeah. Well, I hope you give the recipe a try. I'll do a full recipe type up on the website, just like all the other recipes. In my notes of sort of a bit more sort of reflective, talking back, going, because obviously this is me doing it for the first time, and I take notes, and obviously your feedback too, I add it in, and hints and tips and stuff. So do check it out, just like all the recipes. If you do try it, send me a photo on your social media platform of choice, which is yours.
Instagram, the only one I ever really go. I didn't mind Twitter, but that's about it.
Okay.
I didn't ever put anything on there.
People can just follow me. I won't do anything.
No.
I don't know what mine is. I guess YouTube in a way. I do like Twitter though. I do like Twitter.
I don't like it though because you get lost in it and you've got to think it's not real. It's not the real world.
Well, it is real, but people, remember, social media, people only show you what they want to show you. Well, on that note,
got all the notes, baby, like a treble clef. Cooking up this song like the naked chef. I know what you're thinking, British guy drinking tea, but I'm gangster British, baby. I prefer chickpeas.